Hello, I am Mr. Miller from Benton Elementary, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about organized lists. I've had some questions from parents, and also my students have had a little bit of trouble with them. When do we use them? What do we use them for? So that's what we're here to talk about today. First of all, for us to take a look at organized lists, we're going to need to see a sample problem. We're going to have the cookie problem, and for that, Jacob sees a plate with 3 cookies at the bake sale: chocolate chip, peanut butter, and jam filled. He wants to buy one for himself and one for his brother. How many different combinations of cookies can he buy? First of all, as a math guy, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is, if you don't know exactly what you're going to do with a problem, to draw it. So I went ahead and we drew the plate of the 3 cookies. And I'm taking a look at the problem, and I see that there are just 3 cookies. He wants to buy one for himself and one for his brother. So how many combinations of cookies can he buy? So once a cookie is used, it can't be used again. So you're never going to get chocolate chip, chocolate chip. So we're going to pretty this up a little bit, just because we're on a computer, and then we're going to look through the different combinations we can make. First of all, we could go with the chocolate chip first and a jam filled. We could also take that chocolate chip and go with the peanut butter. Last but not least, we could do the peanut butter and the jam filled. So those are the 3 possibilities we could make. Every cookie was used with every other cookie. We can't double up. He can buy 3 combinations. You'll notice that because it's a word problem, we're always going to answer in sentence form. Where we've written chocolate chip and jam, chocolate chip and peanut butter, peanut butter and jam, that is an organized list. And for this problem, it was one of the tools that we used to solve it. The other big tool we used was our picture. In some problems, depending on how it's worded, you may find that you don't want to draw every single combination. So we're going to change a couple of words in our word problem to show an example of that. So we're going to erase all this, and instead we're going to say, Jacob sees a plate with 3 kinds of cookies at the bake sale: chocolate chip, peanut butter, and jam filled. He wants to buy one for himself and one for his brother. How many different combinations can the boys eat? There are 2 big changes we made to this problem. First, instead of having 3 cookies, we have 3 kinds of cookies. That means that you can now get peanut butter, or chocolate chip and chocolate chip, since there will be extras. The second thing that we see is that instead of just buying the cookies, it's how many different combinations can the boys eat. So we're going to take a look at the problem, and we're going to make sure that each boy gets to have each different kind of cookie. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a table for my organized list. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my lines, and I'm going to head each of the columns. My columns are going to be Jacob and Jacob's brother. I'm going to choose to start with chocolate chip. It's the first one in the list of 3. You could choose any of them that you wanted. But for me, I'm going to say, okay, Jacob had chocolate chip and his brother had chocolate chip. Jacob had chocolate chip, his brother had peanut butter. Jacob had chocolate chip, his brother had jam filled. I'm going to go through each of the 3 different options. And then Jacob can no longer match anything else with chocolate chip. There is no other combination with chocolate chip we can make. So what I'm going to do then is we're going to go on, instead of Jacob eating chocolate chip, he's going to eat peanut butter. So we'll go through the different combinations we can make with chocolate chip, with peanut butter, or with jam filled. And last but not least, he could have a jam filled, and his brother could have chocolate chip, his brother could have peanut butter, or his brother could have jam filled as well. So these are all the different combinations that we could go through. But the question didn't ask us to list the different kinds of cookies they could eat. What it asked for was how many combinations. So instead, at the end, what we're going to do is we're going to number our table just to see how many we had. And we're going to see that we had 9 different combinations of cookies. So we're going to write that in sentence form as our answer. This is just one place you could use an organized list. You use an organized list a lot in real life. You use it to solve many, many different kinds of problems. You don't have to write the whole word. You could write CC for chocolate chip. You could draw a picture. So organized lists are a wonderful tool. They give you a lot of options, and they're often used to solve probability questions or odds questions. So, and that's where we've been seeing them in the 3rd grade context. If this is something that you could use at home, if this is something that you would like to have more of, please let me know, because I would be happy to make these videos for any topic that you're having questions about. But I want to make sure that I'm using that time to make something that you can use at home. So if you like it, shoot me a message and I'll make you more. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, guys, and we'll see you on Monday.